Hi everybody and welcome back to SEO Ninja. My name is Triston. Today we're talking about beacon stuff. Specifically, we're looking for a real life application of the indoor mapping systems, although we're outside, that we can do with Bluetooth beacons. So, here's the challenge. Flip this thing around. Hopefully this doesn't screw anything up. Not sure if you guys can see him. There's a little rabbit. Well, he's a pretty good sized rabbit. That really likes it here in my yard. Now the problem with this rabbit is that I have a very feisty beagle who wants to chase him. So, what I want to do, and an interesting application for indoor mapping and client tracking and stuff like that, come on, is to see if I can, well, obviously we need to make sure the rabbit can't get into our yard anymore. Come here. Anyway, so the idea would be to put a beacon on the rabbit or some other sort of tracking device, and then we set up our mapping system here in the backyard like that, so I can actually see where the rabbit is and if it has entered the proximity. Kind of a silly example, but since we've been talking about these things so much in the newsletter today, you know what? How are we going to use it? This is what I use it for. There he is. See him? He's a big guy. Come on. Shoot. Alright, let me see if I can get him out and then we'll come back. Alright, so the idea behind this is actually pretty straightforward. We take a series of beacons and we place them around the perimeter of the area that we want to be tracking within. So in this example, we'd probably be putting them around like the fences. And then what happens is that the device that's inside, the device that you're actually tracking, which is usually going to be like a cell phone or something like that, especially in the cases of these examples that we're seeing in today's beacon news, where people are specifically going to be tracking how people move around through their stores. Now we've seen a lot of examples of this. Target's doing this. Government buildings are doing this. Airports are doing this. And there's a lot of examples of this happening. So for example, it can look at the west wall signal, the east wall signal, and say, alright, so the east wall signal is 100 times stronger than the west wall signal. That means we're probably right up against the east wall somewhere. And then it can do the same with the north and south perimeters and things like that. And then it takes that information, it transmits it back to your dashboard or whatever, so that way you can actually track and see how things are moving around within that area. Now, as far as the devices that you would use for something like this, there are a lot of options available. One of the most common ones right now are the Estimote UWB location beacons. I believe it's like $150 for a pack of 4, which is what you would need in order to set up, you know, at least a small, medium-sized room. So you may need more than that. It's going to depend on what your individual needs are. But it is definitely something that's really interesting, and it is something that appears to be coming into much higher demand, so it might be something you guys want to take a closer look at. And if any other platforms also have this ability and I'm just not aware of it, please also let me know. Obviously, we want to give as many options as possible, so that way we can find what works best for individual situations. So definitely let me know about that as well. But that'll do it for me. My name's Triston from SEO.Ninja. Have yourselves an excellent day, and I'm going to go make sure we don't have any more rabbits. Bunny Detector 9000. Where'd he go? Yeah, he's definitely over here.